Nigerians living in Ghana have been reassured of their stay without encumbrances. The Ghanaian High Commissioner to Nigeria, His Excellency Rashid Bawa, dropped this hint when he visited Honorable Abike Dabiri Arawa, Chairman CEO of NIDCOM in Abuja. Details soon. And the Nigerian footballer David Alaba has donated 13.3 million naira to help reduce open defecation in Nigeria. That is heartwarming, isn't it? And also, our dear Diaspora producer Gabriel Odu brings an exclusive interview with a Nigerian-born naval officer who has become Mr. Integrity and the best naval recruiter in America. We've got these for you on today's edition of your favorite program, The Diaspora. And I am your anchor, Koinsola Adetumbi. Please stay. COVID-19 is not abating, and with the new variant Omicron, countries are stiffening their testing procedures. But the Ghanaian High Commissioner to Nigeria, Mr. Rashid Bawa, has restated his country's commitment to not harass or maltreat any national, especially Nigerians coming into Ghana.
And of course, as you are all aware, Ghana and Nigeria are like first cousins. The only departure point is when we have to do with football. But otherwise, we are all one people. We are all aware from pre-colonial days there has been movement from Nigeria to Ghana and from Ghana to Nigeria. So there has been this long-standing bond of friendship that exists between these two countries. And it is our strong desire not only to continue this relationship, but to concretize it in various areas that bond Nigeria and Ghana. The issue which I also had a little discussion with the Honorable Chairperson behind closed door had been with the recent matter which came up in respect of a Nigerian who arrived from Dubai, tested negative from Dubai, and tested positive once landed in Accra. As you are aware, by way of the new COVID protocols all over the world, any passenger that touches down in any international airport must go through the PCR test. And that was done, and the young lady tested positive, which led to some misunderstanding. But as we speak, she's being housed in one of the top hotels in Ghana and receiving treatment. I want to assure the chairperson that there is no grand design to ensure that a Nigerian, once you touch down in Ghana with a negative test, you will be singled out, made to go through a test and ensure that it comes out positive. No, that actually is not in any way part of the policies of the Republic of Ghana. I've assured her on that. The other issue which has been of a little bit of a headache of the Ghanaian authorities has got to do with cybercrime. Having been here for the past 4 or 5 years, I have realized the efforts being put in place by the Federal Republic of Nigeria to ensure that the issue of cybercrime is controlled here in Nigeria. But most often than not, once there's a strong move to control it in Nigeria, most of them find themselves in Ghana. We've been having some security challenges as to how to deal with this issue. There is an understanding that it is very important that information is shared between Ghana and Nigeria in respect of cybercrime, so that both countries could have a concerted effort to deal with the matter. So, but I want to assure you that the President of Ghana, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is also the chair of the ECOWAS Commission, has a lot of respect for the President of Nigeria, and therefore nothing will be done to ensure that we have any problems within these two countries. We have, as a country, also have realized in the past month or so that there is a syndicate here in Nigeria that luring young girls, minors, to Ghana to engage in prostitution. A matter was brought to the attention of the High Commission of a young girl, 14-year-old young girl, who was forcibly taken to Ghana to engage in prostitution. The matter was brought to attention, the security operatives were involved, and then the girl was rescued and brought back to Nigeria. This is a matter which is of most concern to the Ghanaian authorities, and we want to assure the chairperson that we want to work with the competent institutions here to ensure that we put this thing under control, because the young girls who are supposed to be in school here are being sent down there to engage in prostitution.
So I think your comment is actually timely. I don't know why a country would just say, oh, okay, do your test, they will say you're positive. When I saw the WhatsApp message, I'm like, I don't know. So thank you for elucidating on that. And I'm glad the case of the lady, I think one of our Big Brother contestants had an issue, and you said she herself has, we'll try and reach her to and hear from her. Hopefully she's being, she's getting good treatment. But I'm glad you've made it clear that nobody's going to be singled out, but you must do your PCR test, which you have said. So I hope that that is what will occur. We also urge you to treat all your travelers with respect and dignity, because what some are saying is that you treat Ghanaians separately and you treat your visitors separately, which you have assured us is not the case. On the issue of cybercrime, I'm sure there's a lot of work to do with EFCC and a lot of information sharing with EFCC. And I'm sure the chairman EFCC will really be on this, and also working with them, because there's no point running away from Nigeria going to Ghana. Cybercrime is cybercrime. You still do so there should be a lot of information sharing and collaboration between your country and the EFCC, because they're doing everything to stop cybercrime on the continent. So information sharing is very critical. And one of the saddest part of it is this syndicate you're talking about getting minors on the West African coast into prostitution. Incidentally, the last time I was in Ghana, actually, I had to, on my own, pay for a 12-year-old girl that escaped. She was trafficked to Ghana for prostitution. She escaped to the mission, and she was actually living with one of the staff of the mission for a while. So when they brought to my attention, I go back and arranged for her to get a ticket to come back to Nigeria. We were able to receive her in Lagos, and we reunited her with her family. So this is something that there must be multi-sectoral collaboration, particularly with NAPTIP and every other agency to work with you. We have to stop this. The syndicate needs to be, they just need to be nabbed. So Your Excellency, thank you for visiting. We'll work with you, NIDCOM will work with you, and some members of your team, so that we can continue to share information, and then we will convey to the appropriate authorities on the need to have this multi-sector collaboration to tackle the two of the points that you have raised.
Thank you, Your Excellencies, for the clarification. Now, open defecation is being tackled frontally by a Nigerian professional footballer in Europe, David Alaba. Enjoy the interaction between NIDCOM's boss, Honorable Abike Dabiri Arewa, and the National Coordinator, Organized Private Sector, Water, Sanitation and Hygiene, OPS WASH, Dr. Nicholas Igwe.
We understand the powers of the diaspora. So we say, okay, how do we do that? How do we mobilize Nigerians in diaspora to either donate, but we realize that donation is not going to be all. We're actually looking at how we should create circular economy by asking them to own facilities that can help them to generate revenue. The toilet in particular that we are designing will not be those kind of toilets that you just have contain the fecal sludge, and after a few months or few years, depending on the area, you now get a truck to evacuate. So you have solved one problem and created another problem. So for us as private sector, we said, okay, how do we create sustainability mechanisms? How do we create jobs? It is the wish of Mr. President to take 100 million people out of poverty. He will not do it alone. He needs all of us here, like exactly what the CEO, Chairman, NIDCOM has been doing by actually calling the Nigerians in diaspora to come home and invest in one way or the other. Not ordinary investment, but investment that can create jobs and create wealth for them as well. So we have gone ahead to look at the fact that it's not a new technology to turn fecal sludge into resourceful materials like biogas and organic manure. It's no new technology. It's something that is done everywhere. Our septic tanks is an example. You open your septic tank, what you see there, you will be amazed that methane gas is there. You just have to now package it very well. We all know the cost of gas today. So why are we wasting a resourceful materials? ID camps, some ID camps have about 30,000 people in ID camps, and they go to toilets, and people are here that IOM pays almost 900 million naira to evacuate fecal sludge from different places when they can actually turn those things in situ into biogas and organic manure. So we said, okay, let us reach out to Nigerians in diaspora to say to them, you can actually own a toilet facility you can donate. We know what it takes to convince Nigerians in diaspora to do something home. He decided to actually start with his hometown. His father is from Ogun State, and His Excellency, the governor of Ogun State, made available some sites. I think about 4 or 5 sites for him to donate toilet facilities. And it's not ordinary toilet facilities; it's modern toilet facilities. We're talking about circular economy that we don't need any waste. So you go to the toilet, it comes out, we have to find a way to cost effectively. Because for us as private sector is, we talk about efficiency, we talk about cost effectiveness, and we talk about sustainability. How do we, with the resources available, see how we can turn the fecal sludge into something that will be useful to the communities, and again create jobs as well. So I want to thank Nigerian Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM chairman, for her efforts. She's been very supportive of not only the water sanitation sector in Nigeria. I think the real estate business, I think I saw what is happening there, and we have been following up. It's about creating innovative ideas. Some of these things are not cast on stone, just to create ideas. Some of these ideas that I'm calling on entrepreneurs now to come and own their own toilet facilities.
The idea is that by 2025, we must stop open defecation in Nigeria. Now, when the team was set up by the Minister of Water Resources, with the Vice President being the overall head of the whole thing, they had a diaspora content, which is when NIDCOM came in. So I had a series of meetings with them, and I think we had Mustafa also representing us. And I'm proud that one of the earliest to give his donation was David Alaba. David Alaba is a Nigerian player in Austria. He heads the Austrian national team, actually. But my appeal is this: he has sent his funds. That's why the MOU was important. We don't know anything about how it's going to be done, who are the contractors. And I think there's a time limit when it must be delivered. So we want to ensure that David is not disappointed. We have to ensure that this first trial by him will encourage others to see what they can do in their society. Imagine if every footballer abroad does something like David has done. The idea is, how can the diaspora change things in their country, no matter the challenges? So I think that's why we are officially receiving the check presented by David, and the world will see what David has done. But on behalf of Nigerian Diaspora Commission, Nigerian Diaspora Europe, Nigerian Diaspora Austria, we received this check. I will say a big thank you to David Alaba, one of our very best footballers in the world, for doing something back in his community in Ogun State. We hope others will emulate him. And we hope, sir, that this special toilet facility that will help us in stopping open defecation in Nigeria by 2025 will be completed on time so that others can do what David has done and even much more. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, David Alaba. We hope other footballers will borrow a leaf and rid open defecation in Nigeria. Now over to our exclusive interview with Nigerian-born U.S. Naval Officer Lieutenant Agumbiade. Enjoy.
Yeah, welcome to the Diaspora. Yes, sir, can we meet you? You tell us a brief about yourself, what you do, and what you're still doing as a Nigerian in the United States. For the benefit of many people that don't know you.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, my name is Lieutenant Victor Olusegun Agumbiade.
Okay, yes. When did you leave Nigeria to the United States?
I left Nigeria February 16, 2007, and I arrived in the U.S. February 17, 2007.
Yes, so when were you enlisted into the American Navy?
So I got enlisted in the U.S. Navy on February 27, 2008, just almost a year after I traveled to the U.S.
So why did you decide to join the Navy?
The reason was when I got to U.S., it was, I was in Minnesota, which was very cold. So it was like, am I going to die in this strange country? Then I was working 2 jobs, working in the factory and also working in the assisted living. So I had to do full-time jobs so that I can support myself and support my family back home. And I remember one day I was driving back home late at night on Highway 494 and I slept off on the wheel. And I knew that if I continued like that, I was going to die. So based on my faith, I'm a Christian. So I prayed to God. I said, God, you didn't bring me to this country to die like this. And what do you want me to do that will help me to be established and make room for me in the land? And a couple of days later, I had a dream. And in my dream, I saw myself in the Navy warship. Then I knew that was an answer to my prayer, that God wanted me to go into that direction. And that was why I went to the recruiting office in Maplewood, Minnesota. And I got enlisted in the Navy on February 17, 2008.
What has the experience been in the Navy?
I think it has been a great experience. It has been an experience that I will forever cherish, which I hope to pass down to my son. He has his own uniform. Sometimes I take him to my office because God has, it's like a calling. If it's like my Navy job is like I'm doing God's work because that's what God wanted him to do. And I think that's why in my career I've had a lot of successes. Not because I'm special, but because I just see it as God's divine assignment. It's just like if you're a preacher, you preach because that's what God wants to do. So whatever you do, as long as that's what God wants to do, then you do it with all your mind. So that's just, to me, it's been a very great experience. It's been an exciting journey. I've been privileged in my life to travel to over 35 countries. And, someone like me who grew up in Djibouti, to even have a U.S. government official passport, to me, is amazing. And I go to a lot of countries with my ID card, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is happening. So, it's interesting to just being able to travel. My dream as a young boy was to be in 186 countries. And so far, I've been in 35. And that's an amazing.
You complete.
I told myself I have to be in 186 before I die. Okay. So that is what is keeping me on.
Beautiful. Yes, what had the most exciting experience you can remember as a naval officer?
I've had a lot of exciting moments. I've had a lot of successes. I've had my downs. But I think the first one that really brought me to limelight then was when I became the national recruiter in the U.S. Navy. So the Navy gave me an award in 2018. So I was the #1 in the whole U.S. Navy. So I was awarded as the national recruiter in the whole U.S. And that means that I was recruiting for the Navy, and I put more people in the Navy than anyone in the U.S.
Really?
Yes, that was 2018. So that was what made me to go to the Oval Office, go to the Congress, visit all those high places. That was what actually first opened the door for me to limelight.
What other you got to tell Nigerians who are abroad? I hope you are taking home some investment back home, because you said east or west, north or south, home is the best.
Home is the best. It's just like my son. I brought him here. We're going to be having a chieftaincy title. the Oba of Imesekiti decided to honor us, just wanted to make a statement that, doing what is right, people will still recognize you, still pays. My goal at this point is to empower the youth. That's why I have a foundation. My wife, even though she's from Chicago, she's more even into Nigerian youth than even those who are from Nigeria, because she believes in the empowerment of the youth. And you look at my son, and for him to have an immigrant escort from the passport control to the arrival, because they said he was proud to be a Nigerian. So sometimes I look at Nigerians who overseas, and they talk bad about Nigeria. Look at that paper on the road. That was not thrown there by the president. Somebody threw it there. So the government have its own responsibility, and even the people also have their own responsibility. So what I'm trying to say is that Nigerians in diaspora, even though it might look fatal there, but home is still home. This is where I belong. Nigerian blood flows in my veins. This is where my father brought me. So I'm never going to turn my back and say, if there is anything you see in Nigeria that is not right, then come together to make it to change it. People came together to make wherever we are today to be what they are. So we can also do our own part and contribute to the development of Nigeria. If each person put national interest above all consideration, Nigeria will be a better place.
So thanks so very much. It's nice. You're giving us very exciting and heartwarming message.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Nigerians, both at home and in the diaspora. So we wish that we pray for you.
Amen.
Keep the flag flying.
Amen.
Nigerian color must shine in the United States.
Amen.
You must represent us well.
Amen.
Remain our good ambassador.
Amen.
Anytime.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been a great honor. Very humble experience for me.
Good job for making Nigeria proud. More power to your elbow. Now over to Boy Alinko for some messages.
Not so fast. Look, I'm tired. I want to check out of this country for greener pastures.
Just calm down for a moment. Please sit down.
Do you have a job where you're going to? No, but someone is arranging,
Listen, Alinko. Checking out of this country without proper planning means one thing. Unimaginable begin. I've been in the diaspora, but legitimately doing great things at home and abroad. As I've been saying, without the proper footing abroad, the risk is not worth it. Listen, Alinko, it's better to be home than be trapped abroad, or even end up in prison.
Thank you for staying all through the program. We hope it's been worth your while. And in case you have anything to share with us, please do not hesitate to do so, as we expect feedback on our show. Remember, you can reach us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, on Instagram at nidcom_gov, on our YouTube page at nidcom_gov, and on our website at www.nidcom.gov.ng. You can also join us on DSTV at NTA Network and NTA International on Tuesday at 3:30 p.m., on NTA International on Friday at 3:30 a.m., on NTA International on Saturday at 11 a.m., and on NTA News 24 on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. You can also join us on WAP TV on Thursdays at 9 a.m. and on WTV on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 a.m. And you can join us on Ben TV London at 4:30 p.m. on Saturday. I remain your host, Koinsola Adetumbi. See you next time.